WEEK's exclusive coverage of Bradley basketball is brought to you in part by Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. By Ford and your local Ford dealers. By Casey's General Stores, a convenience store and a whole lot more. By The Mattress Doctor, delivering dreams to you. By Menards, save big money at Menards. And by the Better Banks, better service, better bank.
The Bradley Braves pay a visit to the doctor tonight to try to find a cure for their woes on the road in the Valley. Hello and welcome to Bradley Basketball here on WEEK. Lee Hall along with Bradley Hall of Famer Joe D'Alfonso. The Braves have lost 11 straight Valley road games tonight as they visit Dr. Tom Davis and the Bulldogs.
And this is not the place you want to come to get well. Dr. Tom Davis's teams are always good fundamentally, and they make you play the way you don't want to play.
That's right, and that includes a press, which Bradley saw earlier this week against Creighton, and that makes Daniel Ruffin a key player in this ball game. Only one turnover against the Creighton press.
Well, a year ago, Daniel Ruffin was a young freshman. Now he's a mature sophomore. 13 assists, one turnover against that Creighton press Monday night, but he's going to see the same thing tonight.
That's right. He is now the assist leader in the Valley. Number 2 is Al Stewart, transfer student who's originally from Chicago.
Right, and he's going to be matched up against Daniel Ruffin, but then they're going to come in waves against Daniel Ruffin and Tony Bennett. We'll see 12 players tonight before the second media timeout, as Dr. Tom likes to play everyone early.
Yeah, you'll definitely need a program for this one tonight. We'll have the starting lineups for tonight's ball game after this.
Stop on there, you got what you need. Stop on there, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
Springfield Mortgage Company is with you every step of the way, from the purchase of your first home to that much-needed home improvement project. And as your family grows, Springfield Mortgage will be there to lend a helping hand, finding you the right mortgage options to meet your needs. As life changes, so do your needs, and Springfield Mortgage will be there with pre-approval within 24 hours and no application fees. Call one of our mortgage specialists today in Peoria or Bloomington.
Springfield Mortgage Company, freedom to live your life.
I suffer from back, hip, and knee pain caused by a shorter leg that I've had all my life. Once I bought my Z-Coil shoes, I became pain-free, and I love my Z-Coil shoes.
She's talking about Z-Coil Pain Relief Footwear. Z-Coil's patented active spring coil suspension absorbs up to 50% of the impact on the spine, relieving back, hip, knee, and foot pain, and providing cushion support for active people on the go. They're the only shoes you'll ever want to own. Z-Coils are available exclusively at Z-Shoes on War Memorial, across from Bob Evans. Will and Grace in Four Kings tonight at 1:05 a.m.
And welcome back to the Knapp Center in Des Moines, Iowa. Nice job on the national anthem by that young lady. Looks to be about 8 or 9 years old. She gets a nice hand from the crowd here. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Bradley Braves of Peoria, 8-3 coming in, 2-1 in the conference. And it will be the usual suspects, Marcellus Somerville and Lawrence Wright at the forwards, Patrick O'Brien in the middle, Tony Bennett, Daniel Ruffin at the guards. For Tom Davis and his Bulldogs, it'll be A.J. Calvin and Nick Grant, Al Stewart, Sean Brooks, Wichita, the big guy in the middle for the Bulldogs. They're 8-6, 1-2 coming into tonight's ball game. We'll have the starting tip for you coming up right after this. Braves basketball on the way.
Slippery roads covered with snow and slush. When severe weather hits, be prepared. And with the innovative all-wheel drive and traction control on the Ford 500 and Freestyle, you can confidently navigate treacherous situations. This winter season, for a limited time, lease a 5-star safety-rated Ford 500 or Freestyle SEL with all-wheel drive for just $279 a month. And get the convenience of a remote starter and the comfort of leather seating at no additional charge. The worst conditions call for the best vehicles. Visit your local Ford store today.
Did you discover UFS in 2005? If not, what were you waiting for? Well, how about a free sale? Starting New Year's Day, for 7 days only, you'll find great pricing throughout the store and free offers in every department. Make discovering UFS your New Year's resolution. Come down to UFS today and find what you've been missing.
Experience the promise of the Plus at Bank Plus.
Busey Bank. Proud to be a company that cares.
And welcome back. There you get a look at Jim Less's fourth season on the Hilltop. 48-52, 23-34 Missouri Valley Conference play. 2-4 against Drake. Those 4 losses all coming against this man, the legendary Dr. Tom Davis, his third season here in Des Moines. 33-28, 4-0 against Bradley. He is 9th among winningest active Division I coaches, 576 wins in 31 years. And he's a class gentleman. He's always a delight to talk to, Joe.
Yeah, he really is. One of the great old guys in college basketball. Had a lot of success at Stanford, had Iowa right here in this state, and now back in college basketball a couple of years now, and everyone's happy for that.
Got our first chance to talk to him when he was the head coach at Iowa, when J.R. Koch was a player. J.R. Koch from Morton, so always nice to see him, but be better to see a win for the men in red here tonight. Patrick O'Brien, born in nearby Oskaloosa, Iowa. His mother played college ball at William Penn. He will jump center against Wichita. Braves got off to a good lead here last year and saw the Bulldogs come back and win. O'Brien at the tip. It's controlled by the Bulldogs. Sean Brooks, the senior from San Antonio, with it. The Braves open man-to-man.
Against one of the best shooting teams percentage-wise in the Missouri Valley Conference. They make 49% of their tries as a team.
Get it inside right away. The mismatch, and Stewart thinks better of it and passes it back out. 10 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs on the first possession of this ball game tonight. 4, 3, 2. With one, it's Nick Grant. Barely gets rim, and Lawrence Wright gets the rebound. That's a key, according to Jim Less. Limit the Bulldogs to one shot. Limit their easy opportunities with the press and on the offensive glass.
Well, they shoot the ball very well, both from the three land and from overall, 41% from behind the arc, but they don't take a lot of shots from behind the arc. They only average about 5 makes per game, and that's low in the league.
Somerville inbounds is tapped away and stolen by Grant. He goes in, blocked by O'Brien. Patrick 7th on Bradley's all-time career blocks list, and Lawrence Wright hammers it home at the other end for the first bucket.
That's what you call end-to-end success. A block on one end and a dunk on the other.
Wow. Good hustle by Patrick O'Brien to get back defensively after the inbounds pass was stolen from him, and Lawrence Wright beat everybody to the hoop, and the Braves lead it 2-0.
And Patrick blocked that shot so it would stay in bounds so Bradley could get the possession and start the fast break.
And didn't get called for the foul. Calvin with the miss, Keita with the rebound. So just as we mentioned, second opportunities for the Bulldogs. They get one here. That shot's no good again by Calvin. Good defense that time by Sellis.
Exactly.
Quickly ahead to Wright. Almost lost it. Kicks to Bennett for 3. It's good. Tony Bennett coming off a 15-point performance against Creighton earlier this week. Quickly the other way. Crowd wanted a foul as Grant took it in and was bumped by Wright. Bennett, shot fake, kicks to Somerville. And he's called for the travel.
Good defense so far by Bradley, and they're man-to-man, forcing up a couple of bad shots by the Bulldogs here, and the crowd is supposed to stand until the Bulldogs score, and they're still standing. On the other side, good patience by Tony Bennett, finding the open man in the corner, and good patience by Somerville. They didn't jack it up right from the corner, but then ended up traveling. Good start for the Braves.
Chris Bryant, number 2. Adam Emenecker, number 15, into the ballgame already. Joe mentioned Dr. Tom will substitute quite a bit. Alukita the miss, and Patrick another rebound. Averaging a double-double in his first 3 games back from suspension. We played 2.5 minutes. It's 5-0 Bradley. Lob inside to O'Brien. He gets a lot of contact. They're going to let him play, apparently. Wright gets the loose ball and scores. 7-0 Braves. Brooks puts it on the floor. Loses it out of bounds. A lot of physical play here, Joe. And they're letting him get away with it. Tony Bennett off the glass and good. Tony Bennett makes it 9-0 Bradley. And Dr. Davis needs a timeout.
For a team that likes to play very fast, Drake has seen the Bradley Braves jump out to a 9-0 lead in less than 3 minutes. Here's the drive by Bennett off the glass. Very pretty. But you mentioned it. They are going to let him play a little bit, and that seems to be the constant in the Valley so far this year. I thought the Northern Iowa game and the Creighton game, both at home, that we did, there was a lot more contact and fouls called, and so far here, that's the case.
And that could be a negative for Drake, too, in that they make a living at the line. They've made almost as many free throws as their opponents have attempted.
Right.
They live on getting to the line and scoring there.
Well, they haven't been successful yet. I mean, they've thrown up some shots. They've looked for fouls. They haven't gotten a call. And now they're down 9 points.
Paul Castor, John Yorkovich, Mike Litzelfellner are officials tonight. Braves with the double team. The kick is to Bryant for 3, and it bounces in and good. His 27th of the year. And here's the pressure from the Bulldogs.
And now back to the zone. 3-2.
Braves the worst percentage shooting team from three-point range in the Valley, even after a good showing against Creighton. That one was tipped. And here come the Bulldogs the other way. They like to play quick. Number 31 into the ballgame is the walk-on, Jonathan Cox, and he knocks in the 3.
Drake has gotten a lot of mileage from their walk-ons. Emenecker, the backup point guard, is a walk-on.
Now the Braves quickly the other way. Tipped out of bounds as Bennett tried to take it in. Dan Adams will check in. He had 8 points against Creighton.
Well, he's coming in there to get another shooter against the zone, and Marcellus is going to take a seat. We've got a media timeout coming out, so they're going to just talk it over with Marcellus a little bit and then get him back in the game quickly.
Brent Heemskirk, number 4, into the ball game as well as Bennett tries the 3. It's good. He was 3 of 5 behind the arc against the Blue Jays, and he's made his first 2 attempts here.
15 points in each of his last 2 games. He's a guy you don't talk about a lot with all these other stars that Bradley has, but he's been Mr. Consistent.
Bulldogs work the perimeter here. They like to look for cutters across the baseline, but Bradley's done a good job defending that here in the opening moments. We'll have a timeout on the next dead ball. Braves lead at 12-6. Shot clock at 9. Al Stewart, he's the junior. Has it blocked away by Ruffin. Here comes Tony Bennett, leading the break and scoring, and he's already in double digits with 10 of Bradley's 14 points.
Nice play going to the strong hand that time.
Heemskirk will try the 3. Brandon's little brother off the mark. And Dan Adams with the rebound. And we've got a timeout. Great start for the Braves. They led it 9-0, and they lead it by 8 as we go to break.
Hey, boys and girls, the Harlem Globetrotters are coming to Peoria. That's right, the world-famous Globetrotters bring their world tour to the Peoria Civic Center January 18th, and you have a chance to be a junior sportscaster for a day. All you have to do is go online to WEEK.com and fill out an official registration form and tell me in 50 words or less why you want to be a junior sportscaster. Then join me as we interview some of the Harlem Globetrotters. Remember, the Globetrotters at the Peoria Civic Center January 18th.
Spellbound.
find yourself lost in the perfection of a Hearts on Fire diamond. Hearts on Fire, the world's most perfectly cut diamond.
Available exclusively at Bremer Jewelry in Peoria. And now, Bloomington.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
MTCO Communications, your quality choice for paging service.
And welcome back to the Knapp Center on the campus of Drake University. You can see there, opening day for the Iowa Cubs, April 6th. Won't be long now. 14-6, Bradley with the lead here over the Bulldogs in the opening moments. At the end of the game, Joe and I will pick the Heritage Bank Player of the Game. Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920, and the Braves have come out, and if this was a batting average, it'd be a record. 6 for 7 from the floor.
It's a softball average. Tony Bennett 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep. Braves with a 6-2 margin on the boards as well.
Zach Andrews into the ball game for Bradley. Heemskirk gets a hand on the inbounds pass as Chris Bryant hops over. That's seating way down there.
9 Bulldogs has already seen action in this game, so you're going to have to apologize right now. We're not going to get all the substitutions for Drake. The guys are going to be shooting the ball that our viewers are not going to know is in the game.
We'll do what we can. Still in that zone. Adams will try the three. In and out. Danny had 8 quick points against Creighton earlier this week. Double team. Nice pass to Cox for the bucket. He's out of Barrington, Illinois.
Shot it over Andrews.
Try the alley-oop. And no good. It's out of bounds. Bennett tried to find Zach Andrews. Here's another look at the Drake bucket at the other end.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's would have gone down against Patrick O'Brien, but Andrews stayed patient, didn't go up.
Lawrence Wright out, Somerville back in as the Braves put on the pressure. Almost 6 minutes gone in this one. It's 14-8 Braves. Long shot attempt by Bryant is good. His second 3 of the game. And Bradley's lead's cut to 3.
Drake contests the inbounds pass and then falls back. They're going to do a variety of presses tonight to sort of mix things up against the Braves.
Somerville gets loose inside. Blocked out of there by Jonathan Cox. Quickly ahead, Bryant puts it on the floor. Now kicks to Jonathan Cox for 3. That one's off. Offensive rebound, up and in. Sean Brooks with his first bucket of the night. And that's another key for Bradley is those second chance points. Jim West says he can't let them have them. As Bennett, gee, many Christmas, he's a one-man show out here. 16 points for Bradley, 12 of them by Tony Bennett.
He's 5 of 5 from the field now.
Bulldogs patient when they get in the half court. Jim Les says they need to make the Bulldogs play some half court offense and stay away from those easy buckets. Will Franklin checks in for the first time for Bradley, as does number 5 Leonard Houston for Drake. And here's Sean Tracy, number 23. Everybody but the Bulldog plays here.
Right, and early.
Clayton Korver will not play. He's out with an injury for the year. Somerville has to call timeout.
That's the kind of pressure that Drake likes. I mean, they play like really no other team in the league, and you have to prepare extra for them because of their style. I mean, you play against Southern. I know Creighton presses full court, but not like these guys. They don't come at you in waves like Drake does. They've got more quality players, but their press is relentless and makes you speed up your game and take shots you don't want to take.
Jim told us earlier this week it's a little bit beneficial for his team to play Creighton and then Drake back-to-back because you've prepared for Creighton's pressure. And he says he doesn't know if Tom Davis has 80 different rules of where guys can go on the pressure or if he just lets them play. I mean, because it's so helter-skelter. And Bradley will go up against 6 or 7 guys in practice to try and simulate what Drake can do with 5 players.
Well, they have 11 players that average 9 or more minutes per game, and no one averages over 27.
Whistle inside will go against Brent Heemskirk, rather.
That's first foul of the game.
He couldn't have been pushed out.
That is very unusual. It's refreshing in a way to see a game get a flow and not have a lot of whistles.
The crowd will like it.
We've got one leather-lunged official behind us. Here's a takeaway. They lead the league in steals. Bennett with the block. The follow, no good. And a whistle against Bradley will go against Zach Andrews.
That call has got to be on the floor, though, so it won't be free throws.
Patrick O'Brien back in, replacing Andrews. Lawrence Wright will return for the Braves. And Jim Less maybe substituting a little more to try and keep his players fresh going up against a Drake team that's going to substitute like this the entire game.
Absolutely. Bradley has a rotation of about 9 right now, but I think the minutes are going to be a little more spread out tonight. Will Franklin's in the rotation. Danny Adams definitely is. It seems like Ray Brown and J.J. Twy are out at this stage of the season.
Franklin whistled for the foul. Inbounds to Heemskirk. And a foul on Lawrence Wright. And after not seeing any whistles, now we've seen 4 in the span of about 30 seconds.
Right, 3 on the Braves. And these will be shots.
Brent Heemskirk, the sophomore, goes to the line. Younger brother of Brandon.
Got to remember, Drake is coming off 2 straight losses. One at Southern Illinois, in which the game was very close late. And then at home against Missouri State on January 2nd, Monday night, when the Braves were beating Creighton. And that game was also close before the Bears pulled away. So they're trying to get back on the winning schneid here in a home game against a long-time conference rival. These 2 clubs here are the longest tenures in the Missouri Valley Conference.
And the top 2 in conference wins all time. Well, there's the safety valve, is throw it so high that only Patrick can get it.
And then everybody falls back.
Franklin steps in and scores. Just his second field goal as a Brave.
Good form that time, and that's going to be needed. If they're going to zone all night, someone's got to step up, and multiple people have to step up and make shots.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a 3, Joe. If he can step in and find that gap like that, that's every bit as good.
Absolutely. In the seams is what the Braves want.
Braves lead is 3. They were up 9-0 to start this game. Heemskirk trying to post up Somerville down low. Shot clock at 6. It's Emenecker with 3. High off the glass, no good. Wright tipped it. Bulldogs get it. Adams tried to take it away, but it's Leonard Houston with the bucket, his first. And it's a 1-point game.
Good effort by the Bulldogs that time. Danny Adams almost had to steal.
Adams for 3.
He'd settle for the 3, though.
Danny Adams has really come alive off the bench for Bradley at times this year.
Well, we could count 3 games that he's come off and scored multiple baskets in a short period of time. In fact, it's noted that he was the first guard off the bench tonight. Jeremy Crouch was not.
Heemskirk tried to get it into the post. And we've got a timeout as Tom Davis sends in 4 reserves. I don't think anybody on the team can be called a reserve, can they? 10:46 left in the first. Braves up 21-17.
Can you believe it? 0% interest until 2009? That's a long time. And it's a reality this weekend at Sherman's. Get 0% interest until 2009 on all England sofa groups, all Tempur-Pedic mattresses, select HD and flat panel TVs, and GE Profile appliances. You'll get Sherman's guaranteed lowest price plus 0% interest until 2009. This weekend only at Sherman's.
Hi, Chuck Akery here. Are you confused and frightened about this year's energy costs?
For less than $1 a month, you can beat the energy increases and have new windows in your home. The average monthly utility bill is $200. However, we all know costs are going up. With a projected 35% increase in energy costs this year, your bill will be $270. Our top-performing Millennium 800 Plus windows will save you 35% of your energy costs. Against your $270 a month utility bill, that's a savings of $94.50 a month. Now the monthly payments for 12, that's an average house, of our Millennium 800 Plus windows installed and capped will be $95.47. Your $95.47 monthly payment minus your energy savings of $94.50 means your out-of-pocket expense is just 97 cents a month. Plus, your home will be worth a lot more.
So find out how you can own windows for your home for $1 a month. Go to our website or give us a toll-free call today.
AMT Segway Captain, on alert at festivals and events.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back in Des Moines. Time now for Tonight in the Valley, brought to you by Casey's General Stores, convenience store, and a whole lot more. Southern Illinois leads Indiana State 38-37 in the second half. Illinois State at Creighton, Missouri State at Evansville tonight, and Northern Iowa at Wichita. Right here, it's Bradley and Drake. The Braves up 21-17. The Braves with 6 fast break points as the Bulldogs turn it over, Joe. But since that first time out, Drake's put up 6 second chance points. They've hit the offensive glass.
Well, they've got more rebounds than Bradley right now, 7-6, and that will be news if that happens, continues. Because the Braves have just mauled teams on the boards the last 3 or 4 games out.
Daniel Ruffin whistled for the elbow as Adam Immenecker is slow to get up.
That'll be the 5th turnover on the Braves so far in this game. We've played half of the first half, and Bradley 9 of 12 in the field. Needs shots because they're going to make shots.
14 fouls on Bradley as the trainer comes out to look at Immenecker.
Drake likes to put a as big as they can, athletic person on all the inbounds plays, especially when the inbounder can't move, like after baskets, which makes it tough for the Braves tonight to inbound the ball and get any flow going.
The Bulldogs will inbounds, trailing by 4. And it's like the Roman legions here. I mean, they just send in wave after wave of troops. Inbounds Nikita. He scores. The foul's on O'Brien. First on Patrick.
Very patient offense. Here's the entry. Good seal off that time, and Nikita's very well. He scored from there easily.
But can he score from the line? 46% free thrower. Tries to complete the three-point play and make it a one-point ball game. Woo.
And his teammates knew he was going to miss that. I mean, you saw the spin arounds trying to get position.
Ruffin crouch, right on the alley-oop from Daniel Ruffin. 13 assists for Daniel in Monday's win.
Another weapon against his own that time. If they're going to stay near the basket or come out just a little bit, Daniel can do that. We've seen that play with Bennett as well.
Good give to Keita, though. Brooks the pass to Keita. Keita now with 4. Inside quickly to O'Brien. The sky hook. Patrick's first bucket. Quickly the other way, the Bulldogs. And the travel by Chris Bryant, the sophomore from Alaska, with the turnover.
5 turnovers for each team right now. See, Akita is on the ball. That makes it difficult for Wright.
Yeah, but if they're going to guard Patrick with Chris Bryant, who's 6'3", that's going to be
that's the way out.
Something they can use all night. Right. Probably charged. At least everybody behind us thinks so. And now a foul against the Bulldogs. Fouls on Alukita. Second team foul on the Bulldogs, Joe.
Well, Lawrence Wright creates a lot of stuff. We've talked about how tough a matchup he is. There's the jump stop, and that's nothing but a jump stop. And then the short jumper. He scored in double figures in 9 straight games, Lee, 16 out of 17. And he gets to the line the way Marcellus Somerville dreams of right now.
Del Boogie, 76% free thrower, makes them both.
Yeah, 64 attempts already on this season for Lawrence Wright at the line.
He's replaced by Tony Bennett.
I think Marcellus has 26 attempts.
Poked away by Somerville. The Bulldogs get it back. And not a real smart foul that time for Tony.
That's 6 fouls on Bradley, and by the crowd sitting behind us, you thought that was their first one. It's 6-2 in fouls. Bradley's got the 6. Yet the locals are not happy. Paul Castor is in charge of this crew tonight, longtime Valley official.
Bryant now goes inside. Brooks to Keita. O'Brien thought it was Bradley ball, but it'll be Drake ball with 20 on the shot clock.
Interesting that O'Brien tries to knock down that pass instead of letting Akita catch it and shoot over him. That's the way the Braves are going to play it.
Here's Stewart, former teammate in high school of Luther Head of the Fighting Illini. And the Braves get it back. 3-on-2. Ruffin gives to Crouch. Foot on the line. It's a 2, and it's good. Jeremy Crouch with shooting woes this year, but that one was pure from the get-go, and the Braves lead it by 8. Bryant, foul, and he'll go to the line.
Daniel Ruffin left his feet that time on the head and shoulders fake and fouled. That'll be his second. And the Bulldogs are now in the bonus.
2-shot foul for Chris Bryant, who's out of Metlakatla, Alaska. You can only get there by boat or plane. It's an island in southeast Alaska. He's a 72% free thrower.
Most of the Bulldogs are very good free throw shooters. As a team, 70% plus from the line. Brooks is 92%, FYI, for later in the game. It's a guy you don't want to foul. Franklin takes over now.
Zach Andrews back in there for Bradley as well. Spin move in the lane for Zach. Can't get the bounce. This is Barronbrook into the ball game now for Drake. That 3 no good for Houston, and it'll be Bradley ball. And it'll be a timeout with Bradley leading here. 7:37 to go in the first. 29-23 Braves. Jeremy Crouch, it wasn't a 3, but it was good, and the Braves lead it by 6.
Stop on in. We've got what you need. Stop on in. You're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in. Casey's General Store.
Right now, the Walt Disney World Resort is presenting a celebration like no other. It's an amazing collection of shows and attractions from Disney theme parks around the globe, all in one magical Disney vacation. It's all part of the happiest celebration on Earth.
Celebrating 25 years, Alexander Travel is Central Illinois' Disney specialist. Call now to schedule your Disney vacation.
The happiest celebration on Earth. There's never been a better time to share the magic of Disney with the ones you love.
Now, in less time than you ever imagined, you can breathe new life into your basement and add much-needed living space to your home with the Owens Corning Basement Finishing System. Finishing fact number 17. Installing drywall can take months, but our system is installed in about 2 weeks with virtually no mess. So in practically no time, you'll not only finish your basement, you'll transform your home. Call this number now for a free video plus a free design consultation. It's a fact. Nobody knows basements better than Owens Corning.
Hi, I'm John Barkowiak of WEEK, proud to work for a company that cares.
And we are back in Des Moines. Bradley leading Drake 29-23. The Bulldogs celebrating their 100th year of intercollegiate basketball, and they are 99-82 all-time here at the Knapp Center, going for their 100th win in this building and their 100th year of Drake Bulldogs basketball.
Longtime rival Bradley leads the series 70-49. We used to play a lot of games back at the Vets Auditorium here on top of the hill, overlooking the interstate, until Drake moved on campus.
Played their first game this year across town at Wells Fargo Arena, brand new arena here where the Iowa Stars hockey team plays. And some discussion as to whose possession it is.
Drake averages 13 three-point shots per game. And they've already taken 6.
Will Franklin brings it across, junior college transfer. Helped lead his Kilgore College team to a 20-10 record a year ago. Zach Andrews calling for it inside. Bennett throws it away. Picked off by Sean Brooks. This team leads the Valley in steals, and they are 15th in the NCAA.
Average 10 steals per game. That's 6 turnovers for Bradley, 6 on each team, as a matter of fact.
7 minutes to go, first half. Stewart kicks. Now it's Brooks at the top of the key, guarded by Wright. They clear out for him. He drives and scores. Sean Brooks averages 12 a game. And the whistle against Al Stewart. Just the third team foul on Drake.
For a team that plays so helter-skelter, I mean, that's a low total.
Somerville, quick inbounds to Franklin now. Braves jumped out to the 9-0 lead. Drake's gone back man-to-man. Wright with the miss. And the Bulldogs bring it the other way. Stewart.
They go right to the hoop when O'Brien's not in the game. When Zach Andrews is in the middle, they take it to the rack.
6-0 run. Franklin kicks to Somerville. And now he gets it back. 2-point game. Somerville has not scored. Franklin the miss. Somerville fights for the rebound, tips it away. Wright puts it up. Andrews with the follow and the flip.
You had to get up quick. You had to get up quickly.
We were talking about that earlier today. That's just what he needs to do, is go to that offensive glass and get back in the flow. His minutes have been diminished since Patrick O'Brien's been back. He just needs to go to that offensive glass strong like he did there. Braves back up 4.
He's the odd man out now on a great front line the Braves have put together. I mean, they dominate. 43 points and 30 rebounds a game average.
Brooks off the glass with the shot clock at 4. Brooks has 6. Bennett, tough layup, but he was fouled. Kind of a late whistle. Boy, this crowd, the only time you hear them is when there's a foul called on their team.
There's a putback by Andrews, a great athletic play. We've seen a bunch of them so far from him in the early going this year. Bradley's only shot 2 free throws. We've played almost 15 minutes. This will be 3 and 4 here.
Tony Bennett goes to the line. He's got 12 points, got those early. A 71% free thrower. And makes the first. Patrick O'Brien back in for BU. He replaces Andrews. And A.J. Calvin back in for Tom Davis. $11 straight road losses for Bradley. Their last road win, February 25th of 2004 at Indiana State.
Took the donut last year in the league, 0 for 9. Then the heartbreaker, the overtime loss at Wichita is the only time they've been on the road this year so far.
No shot as Tracy drives and picks up the foul. Draws the foul on Lawrence Wright. That'll be 2 on Wright. 18 fouls on Bradley.
Here's the drive and the jump stop right in between 2 Braves. And this is how Drake plays. I mean, they get to the line. We mentioned that earlier. Almost as many makes as the opponents have shot.
And this guy is almost 83% at the line. Senior out of Silver Springs, Maryland. Danny Adams back in for Bradley, replacing Lawrence Wright, who takes a seat with 2 fouls.
Of course, Marcellus Somerville, scoreless so far, coming off 2 subpar scoring road games in a row. Southern Miss and Wichita State, 6 points in each, and he's yet to score tonight.
Marcellus is 0 for 2 from the floor. One of those was tipped. Adams tried to get it inside to O'Brien, and the Bulldogs pick it off, but Bradley gets it back. Quick passing. Bennett's 3 is good. Tony Bennett is 3 for 3 now from 3-point range.
2 from the deep corner.
17 points in the first half for Tony Bennett. His career high is 25 against these same Bulldogs. 4:30 to go first half. Braves lead 5. O'Brien with the steal.
Travel.
Great denial. They call it travel on him.
Travel on O'Brien as he took a step back trying to outlet it. No one came to the ball.
Nevertheless, that was good defense by O'Brien. Can't allow Keita to catch it down on that block because that's well within his range. That shot's no good. Franklin comes out of there with it. Bennett was calling for it, but
good decision.
Franklin wisely chooses not to give it to him. High off the glass and good. Will Franklin with 4 points.
He's getting a little more comfortable in this lineup, knows what to do. He's looking for his shot and taking advantage of situations.
Somerville went for the steal. O'Brien gets the block and gets the ball and passes it off to Dan Adams as he hits the deck.
There is no player in the league like him.
Adams 3 rattles in and out. Oh, my goodness. His first one rattled in and out, made the second, and that one rattled in and out. He's right on the mark.
That would have given Bradley its biggest lead of the first half. It stands at 7 right now, 3:25 to go.
Keita almost fumbles it away. Now Tracy with it. And the foul on Danny Adams. 9 team fouls. Bulldogs will be in the double bonus on the next Brave foul. 38-31, the Bradley lead here with 3:15 to go in the first half.
It's the extreme sale all weekend long here at the Bloomington Sale Barn. Dan, this is the place to be.
It really is, Randy. We've got every make and model, import and domestic. thousands of dollars of savings on every vehicle we sell. But the real story is the fact that we've taken the risk out of buying a car this weekend because every vehicle has warranty protection through 100,000 miles.
Now, are you talking new and used?
Everything.
Wow, that is unbelievable. An incredible deal, so you don't have to worry about the weather. Come out this weekend to the Bloomington Sale Barn.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
Carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, ceramic tile, area rugs, and free installation on all carpet. Flooring Depot's got it. No one offers more savings on Stainmaster carpets than Flooring Depot. With Stainmaster carpet in your home, you'll see why Stainmaster sets the standard for stain and soil resistance. Buy now, get free installation on all carpets. No down payment, no interest for 2 years on all floors makes it easy to buy. For all your flooring and free installation on all carpet.
Flooring Depot's got it.
Will and Grace in Four Kings tonight at 1:05 a.m.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at the Knapp Center. Bradley's lead 38-31. A perfect start for Tony Bennett, Joe. He hasn't missed a shot from anywhere.
6 of 6 overall, 3 of 3 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line. 17 points in 14 minutes. You know, Bradley hasn't had a player score 30 points since Philip Gilbert 2 years ago had 30 against 31 rather against Missouri State. So it's been balanced scoring so far this year, but right now Tony Bennett looks like he's carrying his team on his back. Braves at 63%, 15 of 24 overall.
Sean Tracy perfect at the line. 4 of 4. And he cuts the Bradley lead to 5. Sean Brooks back in for Tracy. And the Braves look to break the press. And there's the old safety valve again. And here comes Bradley. Good hustle. Good hustle by Sean Brooks, the senior.
That's indefensible, that lob to O'Brien, and then, you know, breaking off on a fast break like that.
Braves inbounds under their own bucket, 30 on the shot clock. Somerville has not scored. Bennett has not missed. Adams tries another 3. Short. O'Brien kind of got his legs taken out from under him by Emmenecker. No whistle.
Danny didn't follow through on that one. Just kind of hoping that was going to go in. Didn't shoot it like the first two.
There's the trap. Bradley calls that the red defense. Emmenecker now. Somerville late to shift over defensively, and Emmenecker scores. And the whistle goes against Brooks.
Right.
5 team fouls now on Drake.
Coach Jimmy Les is going to try Crouch from the corner this time. Adams will sit down. Danny made his first shot, 1 of 4 now from the field. Crouch has made his only attempt. 5 team fouls now on the Bulldogs.
Here come the Braves with numbers. Franklin pushes the issue, gives to Bennett, up and in. And Tony Bennett's got 20. That's a season high. Make that 19. And Bradley has 40 already here in the first half with 2:20 to go.
An excellent way to attack the press. Go right to the basket.
Bryant's attempt no good. Somerville the rebound. He hasn't scored much on the road, but he has been rebounding well. His rebounding average 7.5 the last 4 games. That 3 is no good. And it'll be Bulldogs ball.
Marcellus coming off that 3 of 20 night shooting at Wichita State, Bradley's last road game. There's the Bennett basket. Tough shot, little mid-range jumper there from the side. No backboard, no other way. But you're right, Marcellus has played defense. He has blocked shots and rebounded.
Cox for 3. Crouch had a hand on the rebound but couldn't control. Brooks with the miss. Cox the rebound, O'Brien the foul. That's 2 on Patrick. Ten team fouls on Bradley, 5 for the home team.
Yeah, Patrick's got to sit down here for the last minute 38. You don't want 3 fouls on your franchise. Here comes Zach Andrews into the game. Late score here. Southern Illinois leads Indiana State 49-48, Lee, with a little over 3 minutes to go. And that's significant because we learned today that David Moss of the Sycamores is going to miss 2 weeks for a hamstring injury. So the Sycamores are playing without their stud.
Cox makes them both. It's a 3-point game, and Bennett almost throws it away. Grant got a hand on it.
Oh,
yeah, he's out. Moss is out 2 to 4 weeks.
Right.
Nate Funk is done for the year. He will have surgery on that shoulder after playing at ISU and at Bradley.
Get a medical red shirt and get a 5th year.
Well, all of a sudden that pass is defensible, Joe, as Stewart takes it away and scores.
Well, it's defensible with Andrews, not with O'Brien.
Alley-oop try is no good, and the Bulldogs can take the lead here. It would be their first lead of the ball game.
Everybody's out of control here.
Ahead to Franklin, and he's fouled from behind by Heemskirk.
Both coaches, there's Jimmy Les, getting their hands pointing to their temples and saying, be a little smarter out there, guys. We're out of control.
Well, and that's just what Tom Davis wants you to do. And Daniel Ruffin said it earlier this week. You've got to take your time and play a little bit slower because they want to rush you. Will Franklin goes to the line, only 0 of 1 at the free throw line this year.
Franklin's played well here in the first half.
Well, anything he gets now is a career high. The junior from Houston, Texas, makes them both.
He's 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line.
3-point Bradley lead with 1:07 to play here in the first half.
It's amazing how things change when O'Brien is not on the floor. All of a sudden you can't lob on the inbounds. The Bulldogs go to the basket and try to get fouled or try to get layups. There's no shot blocker there. Everything changes.
Bradley leads this series all-time 70-49. This series goes back to December 19th, 1942, the first game played at Woodruff High School. And Tom Davis has owned this rivalry the last 2 seasons, as we mentioned earlier, going 4-0 against Bradley. As Marcellus Somerville comes back out on the floor looking for his first points of the game, Joe.
Right. One of the stories, and Bradley has 42 points. So they got a pretty high total right there. You double that, and you would like to think you got a chance to win with Bradley's defense.
Brooks to inbounds and has to call timeout, so Bradley with the good pressure that time.
That's the second timeout burned by the Bulldogs this half.
Tom Davis, interesting that he came back, Joe. I thought after he was let go at Iowa and he went 3 or 4 years and didn't coach, thought maybe that was the last we'd seen of him, but he loves the game so much, and here he is back at it again.
Well, you could describe him in really 2 words. 1, teacher, and 2, gentleman. And our league is a coaches league, no question about that. It's usually up-and-coming coaches that move on to BCS-type schools. But Tom Davis surely gives the Valley a shot in the arm, along with some headaches, because he can teach it, and he thinks his team is going to be a lot better a month from now than it is right now, because they're still learning his system. There's a lot of guys here just trying to feel their way. This will be a dangerous club in February. And they believe they're going to vie for the Valley title next year because they've got 2 kids sitting out. They've got a recruit coming in from Oklahoma that leads the state in scoring.
Yeah, Clayton Korver will be back, Kyle's younger brother. And the Bulldogs have to burn another timeout. Well, that's unusual. Usually that's what Tom Davis's team's doing to the other guys.
Right. Now, if I'm Coach Davis now, I'm telling my troops, I don't care we're not using another timeout like that. There's 57 seconds left in the first half. We just used 2 of them trying to get the ball in bounds. Just like in a college football game that was on TV last night, the timeouts become precious at the end. That was a little scrimmage that I enjoyed watching.
Yeah, well, we won't be using the instant replay or not using it, as the case may be. You know, you talk about the home teams, Joe, in the Missouri Valley Conference. In a conference play, the teams are 12-2, but both road wins in the Valley have involved Drake. They won at Evansville and lost here at home to Missouri State.
Right. Southern leads the league at 2-0, but they're the only team that hasn't been on the road yet. They're on the road tonight.
Shot clock at 10 for the Bulldogs. Stewart goes around Somerville, blocked by Andrews, gets it back, puts it up, no good. Cox tipped it, but Franklin gets it, outlets to Bennett. He gives to Andrews. Oh, hammer, no good, and Adams gets the rebound. No shot clock. Bradley will hold here for 1. Braves done a good job on the break, almost thrown away. 9 seconds now. 3 attempt by Bennett is no good, but he's fouled with 3.6 seconds left.
I was just about to say that's going to be his only miss because that's a tough, tough shot, and he got bailed out.
Alu Kita gave him the bump and put him on his seat. That's 2 on Kita. And it'll be 3 shots for Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett has 19 points. His line is unbelievable. 7 of 7, 3 of 3 from three-point range. And there's his first miss.
Now 2 of 3. Keep talking, Lee.
Sorry, Tony. Sure, blame it on the sports guy.
Well, one more free throw here made is going to guarantee the Braves going to halftime with a lead and with a pocket full of points.
Bennett with 20 now. I'm going to have to make a new sheet. I'm running out of room for Tony.
Hey, Bradley averages 72 points a game and only gives up 64.
.21 blackjack for Tony Bennett here in the first half. Braves up 44-39, and that one at the buzzer is no good. And it's the Braves going to the locker room leading Tom Davis's Bulldogs. Jim Less and the Braves up 44-39 after 20 minutes. High-scoring first half.
Well, they did what you have to do to win on the road. Start off quick, don't get intimidated no matter what kind of crowd is there to watch, and shoot the ball well. If you shoot the ball well, the home crowd has to sit down and be a little quiet, and that's what the Braves did. Got off on a great 9-0 start on plays like this. Well, here's the Andrews missed dunk. And then the offensive board gave Tony Bennett a chance for the 3 free throws. But the Braves had a good combination there early, probably fouled too much, but overall played Drake pretty well in their own house.
Bradley out to a 9-0 lead to start, and they've led it all the way up 5 here at halftime. 44-39 Bradley. We'll be right back.
It's a Peoria tradition. Grandpa John's Rib Shack, home of the original Big John's barbecue recipe. Now offering $5.89 lunch specials and family buckets of ribs. Now with 2 Peoria locations.
Our showroom has a lot of good ideas, a lot of islands.
Maryland trends, Maryland looks, Maryland ideas. There's a great idea showroom in Peoria and Bloomington, so get there.
Save now, save big during Ford's Toyota of Pekin's Toyotathon. Lease a new Camry, drive away in a new 06 Highlander. Toyotathon going on now at Ford's Toyota of Pekin.
Starting New Year's Day, for 7 days only, you'll find great pricing throughout the store and free offers in every department. Come down to UFS today and find what you've been missing.
Move your business forward with the advantage of ideas. Call CMFI Group.
Join me and the St. Jude Runners in the effort to cure childhood cancer.
WEEK's exclusive coverage of Bradley basketball is brought to you in part by Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. By Ford and your local Ford dealers. By Casey's General Stores, a convenience store and a whole lot more. By The Mattress Doctor, delivering dreams to you. By Menards, save big money at Menards. And by the Better Banks, better service, better bank.
Close to 50 years ago, Youth for Christ hired its first employee, a young man named Billy Graham. As you know, Billy passionately proclaimed God's love to young people. Youth for Christ has been here in Peoria since that time. Our sole focus is to interact with teenagers in an effort to support their need for balanced living. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs all come together as we point students to God's perfect gift, His Son, Jesus Christ. I'm Dan Learned, thanking MTCO, a company that cares.
Discover the styles of the Starving Artist's art sale. Discover the beauty that real hand-painted oils can bring to your home. Original sofa-size paintings sold elsewhere for hundreds of dollars, as low as $19. Smaller paintings from $7, and absolutely nothing over $59. This Sunday only, discover the Starving Artist's art sale. In Peoria at the Ramada Inn, Brandywine, and in Bloomington at the Holiday Inn. Original sofa-size oil paintings from $19. This Sunday only, 11 to 4.
My name is Earl, and The Office, tomorrow night at 1:35 a.m.
At Bradley University, you have the opportunity to be taught by a professor who just happens to be the Poet Laureate of Illinois and the author of 6 poetry collections, the creator of a PBS educational learning series for children, a consultant for a Fortune 500 company and author of books on leadership, a talented international printmaker whose works have appeared in over 150 exhibitions, or an engineer who holds 3 U.S. patents in fluid mechanics. At Bradley University, learn from the very best.
And welcome back to the Knapp Center on the campus of Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso bringing you Bradley basketball as the Braves lead it here, Joe, at the half, 44-39. Great start by the Braves. And when you look at the steals and turnovers, things are pretty even. Bradley did a good job against that Drake pressure.
Right, exactly. They got shots, and when they got shots, they made shots. Obviously, that was the difference in the first half. Bradley 16 of 28 from the field for 58%. And as we mentioned before the break, that's what we have to do on the road. Make shots and sit the crowd down.
Tony Bennett, his only miss so far, a free throw. He's got 21 points, 4 shy of his career high. That here in the first 20 minutes. And, he had a couple of games there where, before those last 2 with 15 points, where he only scored about 4.5 a game, and Bradley didn't need him. Tonight, they need him. Somerville hasn't scored, and Tony stepped to the forefront.
Right. Tony has played well lately. 15 points in his last 2 games. He gets rebounds. He gets steals. He's among the Valley leaders in three-point shooting, and tonight he's really taken advantage, put the team on his back. On the other end of the front, Marcelo Somerville, coming off 2 road games of 6 points each, has not scored in the first half. 3 turnovers, 17 minutes.
And Patrick O'Brien only 2 points.
Right. Patrick O'Brien had 1 shot from the field. Well, that's what happens when you have a more up-tempo game. He's not in the post. You don't get the ball to him.
And another interesting point, too, when you look at the minutes played, Will Franklin has played 11 minutes in this ball game compared to 9 for Daniel Ruffin at the point guard spot.
And Ruffin comes off the big game against Creighton. But as we mentioned, Will Franklin has played very well tonight. He's taken the ball to the rack. He's made 2 or 3 shots. He's shot free throws. He's got 6 points. Daniel Ruffin had the 2 fouls. He sat down early, and then Coach Les figured we don't need him right now.
Right, and that's nothing against Daniel or nothing against anybody else. But when Jim's going to go with the hot hand and who's playing well and how the matchups are working, and that's how it's gone.
And that's the same way with Danny Adams getting 9 minutes to Jeremy Crouch's 5. He's going with the hot hand.
And the Braves have been hot, shooting over 50% and leading here by 5 at the half, 44-39. We will talk with Mr. Rex Linder coming up. He is the chairman of the Bradley Board of Trustees, and we will have some interesting things to talk about with him. Don't go away.
It's tulip time, or rather it will be when we visit the land of windmills next April. Join me, Lee Ranson, and my wife, Bev, as we travel to Holland and Belgium, April 3rd to the 14th with Alexander Travel. See the masterpieces of Rembrandt, Rubens, and Van Gogh. Glide along placid canals, marvel at the breathtaking Grand Place in Brussels, and thrill to a riot of color in fields and gardens bursting with millions of tulips. For information and reservations, call Joyce at Alexander Travel, 693-3511.
It's our home. Every detail is important.
The kitchen will mean a lot of decisions. Where do we begin?
Welcome to the Avenue Kitchens and Interiors. Whether you're building or remodeling, our professional designers will listen to your vision, offer you options, work within your budget, and help you make the right selections for you. The Avenue Kitchens and Interiors in Morton, building your personality into every design.
How can the prices be so low? You don't hear that much these days, but it's the #1 question at the Ashley Furniture Home Store. The style, the quality, it's all there. The Ashley way saves customers millions of dollars every year. How do they do it? Ashley is the manufacturer. They're the #1 brand in America. They just do things smarter, and you save money. No one comes close. The prices are amazing. See for yourself. The Ashley Furniture Home Store in Peoria. You're going to love this place. 1 mile south of O'Brien Field on Adams.
Trust me, not all hearing aids are the same. No one device will do everything. Peoria Ear, Nose, and Throat Audiology Services, your first step to better hearing.
Busey Bank, proud to be a company that cares.
Where were you when he hit the three? Where were you when the crowd went wild? Where were you when he slammed, jammed, dunked? Where were you when... Yeah, where were you? This year, don't miss the State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 2nd through 5th at Savage Center. Get your tickets now.
And welcome back to the Knapp Center in Des Moines, Iowa. Lee Hall, along with the chairman of the Board of Trustees at Bradley University, Rex Linder. He joins us here at halftime. And, boy, thank goodness for Tony Bennett, huh?
Isn't that amazing? He hasn't missed a basket yet, not missed a shot. He missed one free throw, but was it 21 points for the half? Lee, that's tremendous. Thank goodness he's right.
Yeah, really. Tell me a little bit about what's involved. I mean, we look through media guides all the time and see Board of Trustees. What's involved in what you and your colleagues do?
Well, the trustees have general oversight responsibility at the university. Of course, Dr. Brodsky and the administration and faculty run the university, but the Board of Trustees is there to give guidance, oversight, help with fundraising and matters like that.
And can you talk about how, I mean, anybody that's been around Bradley, and I've been around there all my life, you know what this basketball program means to this university and what it's meant for years.
It's not only the university, it's the community. Bradley basketball is something special in Peoria, and of course it gets Bradley University more exposure than anything else we do, and we do some wonderful things on campus, but the men's basketball is tremendous for exposure for the university.
Are the trustees involved in any aspects of the athletic program? What do you do?
Well, there are a number that are either in the Chiefs Club or activities like that. But also, as you know, we've got some hopeful plans for the university that the Board of Trustees is very involved with, which dramatically will affect the athletic programs, both the interscholastic or intercollegiate athletics as well as the intramural and the just recreational activities.
Now, we were talking before we went on about this facility, 7,200 seats the exact amount as Robertson Fieldhouse, somebody just told us. Is this the kind of thing, Bradley's looking into that, aren't they, for the women?
Yeah, not for men's basketball.
Right.
Dr. Brodsky appointed a committee probably 3 or 4 years ago to study whether it would be feasible to move men's basketball back to campus. And for a number of reasons, Lee, it wouldn't work. Cost is one of the big ones because of a parking issue. If you built first of all, you'd want to go bigger than we have at the Civic Center, over 10,000, and that would be very expensive to build. And by the time you do the parking on top of it, so what we're looking at is the possibility of doing a 4,500 to 5,000 seat arena for all of the other spectator sports other than men's basketball. It'd be volleyball, women's basketball, things like that.
Yeah. Where would that go exactly?
Well, the current idea is to put it in the same area where Robertson is now.
Yeah.
And some of the hope is, some of the preliminary ideas are to maybe have it look a bit like Robertson with the arched roof and some ideas like that. Nothing is firm yet, but those are the plans. Ken Kavanaugh and the athletic department have all been participating and input in that, and Coach Les and all of the coaches have been giving their input. It should be, some of the preliminary ideas are wonderful, and I think it'd be really great. You know, our athletic facilities there on campus, Hausler Hall has been there almost 35 years now, and it's really outdated for what we need to do, both for our non-athletes as well as the regular students. So we hope to replace that too.
Rex Linder, appreciate it.
Thank you, Lou.
Good to see you. All right,
let's go Braves.
We'll get him in the second half. Let's go now back to our newsroom to Tom McIntyre for this news update.
And good evening. Peoria police have apparently broken a 14-month-old murder case. They've arrested 2 men in connection with an October 2004 homicide. Peoria police say new information led them to arrest James E. Wright and Mario C. Wright, both of them 22 years old. They're under arrest charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery in connection with the shooting death of Nicholas Kading. Kading killed while driving his car October 16th of 2004. Police say the Wrights were arrested yesterday. Here's a look at Lee and the weather.
It looks like it's going to be another cloudy night, just a few scattered snow flurries out there, but otherwise temperatures are going to be a little colder than we've had recently. 25 overnight, cloudy, some flurries possible, northwest winds 10 to 15, and then during the day tomorrow up around 35, mostly cloudy skies. We will see some sun on the weekend. We'll have more on Nightside.
This has been a News 25 update.
Every day that goes by or a month that goes by and you're not making a contribution into your retirement plan is dollars that are going to be lost when you walk out that door the day of retirement and try to figure out what am I going to live on from this point forward.
Craig Miller Financial Services. People you can trust.
Join me, Lee Ranson, on the WEEK tour of Holland and Belgium, April 3rd to the 14th with Alexander Travel. For details, call Joyce at Alexander Travel 693-3511.
Seeing is believing. The Gailey Eye Clinic is focused on providing the very best in family eye care. Our ophthalmologists are medical doctors qualified to identify diseases of the eye. Whether you're interested in fashionable eyewear, prescription sunglasses, no-line bifocals, or laser vision correction and near vision CK, why trust your baby browns, hazels, greens, and blues to anyone else? Gailey Eye Clinic, the innovators in eye care.
At Subway restaurants, you can get any 3 regular foot-long subs for just $11.99. Just $11.99. All day, every day. Now that's eating well. Subway. Eat fresh.
It's American Furniture's January Mattress Blowout, our biggest Sealy event of the year. Save 15 to 40% on all Sealy mattress sets, starting at $199. Posturepedics are just $166. Sealy Pillow Top Queen mattresses are $196. A huge selection. You'll find the mattress just right for you, and you'll find it on sale. Huge savings. Every Sealy mattress set is on sale. 15 to 40% off all Sealy mattress sets during American's big January mattress blowout.
I'm proud to be a Magnet champion at Methodist Medical Center, a company that cares.
A good leader is critical to the success of any organization. At Bradley University, better leaders are made with an award-winning curriculum. Bradley University's Executive MBA program is designed to equip executives with the decision-making skills they need to succeed. Leadership skills are learned through a pragmatic, real-world approach, and leaders apply their newfound knowledge from the very first day. Gain the tools you need to lead. Enroll today and become a better leader tomorrow.
Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back at halftime, about ready to kick things off here. Bradley leading 44-39. Take a quick look at the stats. Bradley shooting 57% from the floor to 41% for Drake. Bradley 4 of 10 from three-point range. Drake 3 of 9. Bradley 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Drake 10 of 11. Bradley out-rebounding the Bulldogs 17-15. Steals are even. 9 turnovers for Bradley, 8 for the Bulldogs. Tony Bennett leading the way for Bradley, 21 points. His only missed shot, a free throw. Next, it's Will Franklin. I'll check that. Lawrence Wright with 8, Will Franklin with 6. And a multitude of guys in single digits for Drake. Chris Bryant leading the way with 8. Jonathan Cox with 7. Somerville hasn't scored. O'Brien has just 2 points, Joe.
And 12 Bulldogs have seen the floor. 9 of them saw 5 or more minutes in the first half.
Patrick O'Brien gets the first look. Somerville tip, no good. Well, 10 players for Drake average 12 minutes or more as they missed their first shot of the second half.
Daniel Ruffin back at the point. Starters are out there for Bradley. Can't tell for Drake.
Yeah, they're starters and non-starters. There's no such thing as reserves. 3 seconds. on Patrick O'Brien. One final from the Valley tonight. Southern Illinois wins at Indiana State. There's another road win for a conference team. 55-49. Southern Illinois over the Sycamores.
Right, and anybody who's going to play the Sycamores now without David Moss has an advantage. So if they're appearing on your schedule, take advantage.
So Southern's 3-0 now in the league. Indiana State drops to 1-3 in the conference. 44-39. We played almost a minute here in the second half. Braves out to a 9-0 lead to start this ball game. They led the entire first half. Bryant, no good. Cox the tip, tips it to Bryant, and that should be over and back or not?
No, they're saying it wasn't controlled, even though it was a controlled tip back.
Cox, no good. Ruffin tips, but the Bulldogs get it back. Another offensive board as Jim Less pounds the scorer's table. Not happy with his team's effort on the boards here in the opening moments of the second stanza. Here's the double team. Somerville hustled back before they could get it to Heemskirk, who was all alone down low.
Good sequence of defense right now for the Braves.
Heemskirk puts it on the floor, and good. Fouls on Bennett. Check that. It's on O'Brien.
Right.
And that's 3 on Patrick.
That's how important those rebounds were when they didn't get them. The first 2 shots got a third possession, a layup, and then a costly foul on O'Brien.
Heemskirk completes the 3-point play. And it's a 2-point ball game. Wright fouled. He'll go to the line.
You know, Lawrence Wright didn't get a lot of credit Monday night either from us or some other people, but he was the one big man who was able to bring the ball up the floor against the Creighton Blue Jays press. And if you're going to be successful against the press, the guards can't do it by themselves. There's got to be a ball-handling big man to help out, and he did a yeoman's work. And you could see now when he gets in the open courts, he's a lot more confident with the ball as he's been last year, Lee. He can get to the rack, get fouled, as this is the second time he's been to the line tonight, but he can go with authority.
His first free throw miss of the night. Now he's 3 of 4. 7 points. Bradley's lead back to 3 with 18 minutes to play. Boy, for a walk-on, Jonathan Cox is a heck of a player. He's a heck of a player, period. Somerville looking for his first points of the night. Gives instead to Ruffin.
Good patience. He was not in rhythm there. A little off balance.
Puts it on the floor. Kicks it out to Bennett now for 3. That's long. Somerville gets the board. Shot clock at 15. Inside, O'Brien. No whistle. Tips and scores. Just his second bucket of the night.
And Bennett still hasn't hit the rim.
Brooks. It's good from 3. He's a 56% shooter from 3-point range. And it's back to a 2-point game.
Got an open look on the secondary offense that time and took advantage.
Here comes Bradley with numbers. Somerville fouled by Brooks, and he'll go to the line. Something that you mentioned he hasn't done very often this year is go to the line. He will go here looking for his first points of the night. 0 for 3 from the floor. He's a 67% free thrower.
Well, the Braves have done a good job tonight, as they did Monday night, of attacking the full court press and taking the ball to the basket. That's not going to allow Tom Davis to take the press off. He's still going to do it. But Dana Altman took it off Monday night for a little bit. So if you get it across midcourt and don't attack the basket, the other team has nothing to lose. They'll press all night.
Sellis bounces the second one in. 49-45. Brooks and Calvin play catch. Check at 23 is Tracy. That's Calvin, 32. He bounces into the lane, has it blocked by O'Brien, and O'Brien throws it away to Brooks. Cox scores.
2 good plays by O'Brien, 1 bad one. Got the block, got the turnover, but he didn't foul on the last attempt.
Bennett puts it on the floor. And a 3-second whistle against O'Brien. That's 2 of those this half.
Bradley now in double digits in turnovers with 11. Zach Andrews in the game. O'Brien will sit.
Patrick sits with 3 fouls and 4 points.
Actually, I think that's 12 turnovers now for Bradley.
Daniel Ruffin right on Emmenecker. Bennett almost came up with a steal. He's gone 2 straight games without a steal. And now a foul on the drive will go against Lawrence Wright. That's 3 on Wright, 3 on O'Brien. As we go to break, Braves lead is 2, 49-47.
When you're standing on the edge of nowhere, there's only one way up, so your heart's gotta go there.
Now's a great time to get started because registration is free. So call now or click WeightWatchers.com.
At the Better Banks, we never forget we serve people, not numbers. That's one reason we're committed to staying locally owned and operated. It makes us more accountable to the people in the communities we serve.
I still get all the services that are provided from the national banks, but I'm not just a number. I'm not just an account. I become a person and a valued customer, and that's really important. I really feel valued with the Better Banks.
Hamptons, we have some new ideas. There's so much available.
Merritt Trends, Merritt Looks, Merritt Ideas. There's a great ideas showroom in Peoria and Bloomington, so get there.
Save now, save big during Ford's Toyota of Pekin's Toyotathon. Lease a new Camry, drive away in a new 06 Highlander. Toyotathon going on now at Ford's Toyota of Pekin.
Starting New Year's Day, for 7 days only, you'll find great pricing throughout the store and free offers in every department. Come down to UFS today and find what you've been missing.
My name is Earl and The Office, tomorrow night at 1:35 a.m.
49-47 Bradley with 15:59 to play. Time now for the MVC Top 3, where we check out the Missouri Valley Conference record book for the best of the best. Tonight's category points in a single game. The record is 162 by Drake against Grinnell in 2002. Tulsa had 141. 140 by West Texas State. Bradley's top output, 139 points. That's 4th all time. That was when Hersey Hawkins was a senior against the Anteaters of Cal Irvine. And a whistle away from the ball goes against Bennett.
That game with 139 points. Jerry Thomas scored 30 in that game, and no one ever knew it. Hersey had 51.
3 team fouls now on the Braves, 2 for the Bulldogs. It took 7 or 8 minutes in the first half to get the first foul call, and we've picked up the pace in that category here in the opening minutes of the second half. 15:33 to go as the Bulldogs work it in the half court. Tracy, fake, throws it up, no good. Andrews tapped it and didn't hang on. And somehow it's Bradley ball. That's a break for the Braves there. Braves have led all the way, Joe.
Right. But this half, only 4 shots as compared to 3 turnovers. 1 of 4 from the field. Drake has eaten into the lead a little bit.
Somerville wants the 3. It's good!
He passed it off and won it right back. And you know, when that happens, a shooter is in rhythm.
Brooks tries to answer and can't. Andrews with the rebound. It'd be nice to see Marcellus break out of his road slump. Baseline jumper, no good. Bennett had it, but he was over the back. And Tracy comes away with it.
That would have been a nice shot for Marcellus to come back.
Yeah.
And go 2 for 2.
Tracy up against Wright. Now it's A.J. Calvin, leading scorer. I haven't heard much from him tonight. A foul on Lawrence Wright. He had position.
It was on the reach in, and it was a late whistle.
And that's 4 on Lawrence Wright.
Now we got to play without he and O'Brien for a while on the front court.
There's the 3 by Sellis.
We talked about that front court, so formidable, averaging 43 points and 30 rebounds in the first 3 Valley games.
Stewart, high off the glass and rolls it in. The littlest guy out there with 6 points. 52-49. Andrews bounced out of the lane, no whistle. And here come the Bulldogs with a chance to tie. Heemskirk missed. Somerville the rebound. Bennett off the dribble. It's good. His first points of the second half. He's got 23.
Good thing he got on the bus.
Well, there's an unforced error by the Bulldogs with no pressure. They throw it away. Franklin comes in. He'll replace Ruffin. And number 2, Chris Bryant, back in for the Bulldogs. 23 points for Tony Bennett. Leading the way here for Bradley tonight. Somerville and O'Brien having subpar games, and Somerville throws it away. Somerville can only shake his head.
2 unforced errors, 1 from each team, and it's back to Drake. 5-point Bradley lead. Both coaches shaking their heads.
Stewart putting on a dribbling exhibition. Kita kind of went up, looked like he was going to fake and shot it. Heemskirk trapped with nowhere to go. Bennett gets it, bounces it off Heemskirk. Adams runs it down. This is like calling a hockey game. Adams for 3. No good. Heemskirk the weak side rebound. He had 7.7 rebounds in Peoria last year. Stewart forces the issue and throws it off Zach Andrews. Some other scores, Joe?
Illinois State up on Creighton in Omaha. 13:20 left to go. Illinois State 38, Omaha, and Creighton 37. Missouri State on the road up 14 over Evansville at the half.
Bulldogs to inbounds. And
that would have
was off Stewart,
right?
But Franklin ran it down.
He was trying to flip it to Tony Bennett there on the baseline. 24 on the shot clock.
Well, Barry Hinson's teams usually start off slow, Joe, but not this year.
He's got a good team down in Springfield. He's going to be in Peoria pretty soon, too.
Braves up 5. They led it 9-0 early. Stewart, well, he's quick to the hoop, but he missed it. Somerville tips. Bryant gets it. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock didn't reset. 2-1. How can that not be a charge? Rebound, and he fell to the floor and traveled. Kita. Bennett slow to get up.
There was a lot going on there that wasn't called, except for the travel at the end. Marcellus Somerville, not a very happy player right now. Took an elbow to the head early, and there's Bennett on the floor as he had to stay down for a little bit.
We said from the beginning it's physical and they're letting him play. And you have to adjust to that. 54-49. The Braves have done a good job tonight. Up 5. Can they lead it wire to wire? O'Brien on the bench with 3 fouls. Wright with 4. Franklin, boy, might have got away with a walk there. Inside Somerville jump hook is good. Zella's coming alive.
Good patience by the Braves that time against the zone, and got it to the guy in the block that knows what to do with it.
56-49 Bradley with 11:48 to play. Cox puts it on the floor and scores. 11 for the walk-on.
He went right around Zach Andrews.
Jump ball. And the Bulldogs get it back.
Well, that's the first time Bradley made the mistake of picking up the dribble right on the other side of half court, and they paid the price.
11:32 left. It's a 5-point Braves lead.
Stop on in, you got what you need. Stop on in, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
At Menards, we provide the best selection of products for your home. Save big on Sylvania light bulbs. A 3-pack of clear or white vanity globe bulbs is just $2.99. Give your home a new look with Crystal Lock laminate flooring. It's easy to install and has a 20-year wear, stain, and fade warranty. Only $149 a square foot. Quality products at low prices. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Arrests in a year-old murder case. That story tonight.
Braves lead at 56-51 with 11:32 to go here at Des Moines. We want to say hi to Maureen Ketchum, the sister of our friend Chris McLinden, who lives in Des Moines now. We worked together back at Kroger on Wisconsin back in the day. So, hello, Maureen, from Big Brother Chris.
Timeout. Timeout, Drake, when they got trapped near midcourt in the sideline, Lee.
Okay.
They're down to 1. 11 and a half minutes to go.
Interesting.
Notable.
All right. 11:29 left. We'll be right back. Braves up 5.
At the Better Banks, we never forget we serve people, not numbers. That's one reason we're committed to staying locally owned and operated. It makes us more accountable to the people in the communities we serve.
I still get all the services that are provided from the national banks, but I'm not just a number. I'm not just an account. I become a person and a valued customer, and that's really important. I really feel valued with the Better Banks.
Hey, boys and girls, the Harlem Globetrotters are coming to Peoria. That's right, the world-famous Globetrotters bring their world tour to the Peoria Civic Center January 18th, and you have a chance to be a junior sportscaster for a day. All you have to do is go online to WEEK.com and fill out an official registration form and tell me in 50 words or less why you want to be a junior sportscaster. Then join me as we interview some of the Harlem Globetrotters. Remember, the Globetrotters at the Peoria Civic Center January 18th.
Stop on in, you got what you need. Stop on in, you're on the run.
Casey's General Store has your gas, your drinks, and homemade food. Everything it takes to get it done. Right now, pick up a Casey's large pepperoni pizza with 50% more pepperoni for only $9.99.
Your convenience store and a whole lot more. Yeah, there's so much more. Stop on in to Casey's General Store.
My name is Earl and The Office, tomorrow night at 1:35 a.m.
Back to live action. The Bulldogs inbounds. Here's the alley-oop to Cox. Missed the bunny. And Andrews comes out of there with a rebound, although A.J. Calvin had a hand on it. Bennett gives to Somerville. It's a 2. and it's a miss. Andrews battles for the rebound, pulls it away, and they call jump ball. And it'll be Bradley Ball on the alternating possession. Jim West didn't like the call anyway.
The arrow was pointing towards Drake. They hadn't switched it from the last possession. And then the scorer realized his error. See, we don't have Art Setterlin on the game tonight. He only does the job at home. But they were a little slow here in Des Moines.
And Dan Adams a little slow to get to the inbounds. And it's an easy layup for Brooks at the other end. 56-53.
That's inexcusable.
You can't let up for a second against this team. Somerville 3. Air ball. Shot clock at 12. Now it's 6, 5, 4, 3. Franklin with 2. Missed it.
What a wide open look. I think the Bulldogs are just hoping he was going to miss.
And Jim West is going to have to put Patrick O'Brien back in with 3 fouls. So that's about right with 10 minutes to play. Crouch and Ruffin will check in on the next dead ball. Steal by Bennett. He'd gone 2 games without a steal after going 13 straight games with at least 1. So he's back in that column tonight.
That was the easiest one he could have gotten. That was a bad decision and a worse pass.
Braves kind of standing around on offense, it looks like. Bennett fake, baseline jumper short. Franklin the rebound and the foul.
Braves have no rhythm right now offensively. Just standing around, passing around the perimeter. There's no cutters. No one's going to the seams. And we've got to make a correction on those timeouts. Drake is out of timeouts, by the way. That last one was their 5th and final.
Crouch, Ruffin, and O'Brien back in, and I would be surprised if Patrick O'Brien doesn't see the ball very early in the Braves' next possession. Although he gets his 4th foul right as we speak.
We talked about that we saw that at the shoot-around today, that when the big men come out and show the double team like that, they can't make contact because you never know if it's going to be a foul or not, and that's a cheap one on a big player 30 feet from the basket.
And keeping in mind that they've let them play all night, and that has not been called. And now it's over and back.
Oh, he stepped on the line. Caught it way close to the line. If you're going to do that, get in the backcourt. I mean, you could throw it in the backcourt from out of bounds. Unforced turnover by the home team.
The Braves have to take advantage here, up 3 with 9:20 left.
O'Brien right back to the bench.
Well, that's the only way you can contend with him, is to get him out of the game, and they've done that. Andrews, a little wild with that. Crouch looking for the 3. It's good, and what a time for Jeremy Crouch to get off the schneid a little bit with a 3, and Bennett another steal.
Another lazy pass. Another unforced turnover by the Bulldogs, and they're going to approach 20 here soon.
Well, we've talked about Jeremy Crouch's struggles from three-point range ad nauseum, Joe, and that was nice to see him make one. But the Braves turn it over. They can't convert. Here comes Brooks. Crouch tried to get in position to take the charge, but Brooks a nice job to avoid him and score.
Anytime they get a loose ball or a steal, they're going to take it right to the rim, and they have 4 or 5 guys who can slash well.
Ruffin thought about the 3. Bennett fake, gives inside. Andrews missed it, but he's fouled. Nice job that time by Tony Bennett. Good give, but Andrews couldn't finish.
He's surprised, Zach, on that pass. I mean, when someone is that hot, you don't expect them to pass and give up an open shot. There's the slash right there. Nice play in between 2 players.
Zach Andrews will go to the line, just 53% there this year.
Line change for the Bulldogs at center court. 5 players looking to check in.
Andrews misses the first.
See all those white shirts leaving now, and here's 5 more coming in.
And they get a big hand from this crowd. Cox back in, Keita, Stewart, Grant, and I can't see who's on the other side of Zach Andrews. Bounces the second one, no good. This Drake team refuses to go away after trailing 9-0 to start this ball game.
They've lost 3 times at home, but all their losses have come against teams with good records. Montana, Boston College, Iowa. They lost at Iowa by 5. They're not going to go away.
That game was tied with a minute to play. Stewart high off the glass. Cox the rebound. And a new shot clock for the Bulldogs. Keita tries to go around Andrews. Better defense that time by Zach. Might have gotten a block. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. They can get within 1 here if they hit a 3. Foul will go against Jeremy Kraut.
Right. Quickness problem there on that matchup. Jeremy couldn't keep up.
17 fouls on the Braves, who lead it by 4 with 7:05 left.
Would you like to know more about women's special health needs? Log on to week.com and click on Methodist MedWatch. It's your link to the latest healthcare information from Methodist Medical Group physicians. You can make suggestions and even ask general questions, because at Methodist Medical Group, healthcare is centered on you.
Trust me, not all hearing aids are the same. No one device will do everything. And without proper evaluation, there's no way to be sure the one you choose will be right for you. Hard of hearing? Your first step is seeing our audiologist. We'll discuss all the options, and we'll determine what type of hearing device will fit your lifestyle. Not all hearing aids will work for you. See an audiologist before you make the wrong choice. Peoria Ear, Nose, and Throat Audiology Services, your first step to better hearing.
You can get the chain store price without the chain store hassle, and quality brand appliances and free delivery too. At Neil's, the king of deals in Pekin.
At Menards, we provide the best selection of products for your home. Create the bath of your dreams, starting with a vanity ensemble from Pace. This Southampton oak ensemble includes cabinetry, medicine cabinet, and vanity top, only $649. Relax in luxury with a new whirlpool from Aqualux. This luxurious Caroline model is only $599. Colors are also on sale. Quality products at low prices. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
MTCO Communications, your quality choice for paging service.
Bradley leads at 59-55 with 7:05 to play. Lawrence Wright is our Bradley player in the spotlight tonight. His nickname is Boogie. On the NBC All-Bench team last year with 10 points, 5.4 rebounds. He was a track star at Yuba College and claims to be a great dancer. That's the name L. Boogie. It's free throw time now for the Bulldogs.
Drake has attempted 22 shots from the floor in this half to Bradley's 15, and now they're in the 1-and-1 with 7 minutes to go. So they have done a good job offensively in keeping the Braves off balance, and with O'Brien and Wright on the bench, the Braves will have a tough time the rest of the way.
Nick Grant makes them both. And it's a 2-point ball game with 7:05 left. Ruffin lets everybody clear out and brings it up against the bigger player, Sean Tracy. Somerville goes to work inside, no shot. But a nice possession that time by Bradley. We were talking in the timeout that it's time for Marcellus to kind of make his presence known here tonight.
Absolutely. It's time to step up. A fifth-year senior in the position that he's in with his talent. If O'Brien and Wright are going to be in foul trouble, Marcellus doesn't have a foul yet. He's got to step up and really carry this team now. Bennett's done it long enough.
Crouch, the inbounds to Bennett. 4 team fouls now on the Bulldogs, 7 for Bradley. Crouch, nice fake. Jumper, no good. Good idea by Jeremy.
That's the way to do it against the zone. Ball fake one way and get your shot.
Now Andrews has to play some defense against Kita inside. He hands off. Oh, and a block on Andrews. That'll be his second, and free throw time for the Bulldogs.
Foul call on number 21, Zach Andrews, is the second.
Wright comes back in with 4 fouls. He replaces Crouch with 6:24 left. And Tracy goes to the line for the free throws. He's perfect there, 4 of 4. Well, see, I'm an equal opportunity
jinxer, yes. You can do it both ways.
Glad to help.
Drake's done a good job offensively in the second half. He had 15 offensive boards in the game.
Ruffin for 3. Oh, that would have been good. Andrews, follow. No good. Wright, the rebound. He's undercut.
Crowd behind us is yelling 3 seconds, and they're misinformed because Andrews was in there at least 5.
Fouls on Tracy. That's 5 team fouls now on Drake. So it'll be another inbounds play for the Braves. 6:01 to play. Boy, Cox is very active.
And once again, with Kita on the ball, it makes it difficult for the inbounder really to get a lane.
Bradley trying to snap an 11-game road losing streak in the Valley. Their longest skid since the 91-92 season when they lost 13 straight road games in the Valley and Bennett walked.
They have led the entire way. Started off 9-0, and now with 5:39 to go, they still clinging to a 2-point lead.
Similar to last year's game.
Absolutely.
Here. Led big in the first half. Drake came back and won. Hopefully the Braves can hang on here. Stewart. Fouled by Andrews, and Andrews gets the technical.
And that may be all for him. How many fouls is that?
No, that'll be 4, I believe.
Before the tee or after?
After the tee.
Okay.
Zach's an emotional young man and let it get the best of him that time. And Jim Les passes along some words of wisdom as Sean Brooks will go to the line for 2. .92% at the line. Perfect at home coming into tonight. Now 20 of 20 at the line here at the Knapp Center. And we are tied.
And now we have more free throws.
That was the technical, and this will be the 1-and-1. Patrick O'Brien checks back in. He's got 4 fouls. Lawrence Wright has 4. Zach Andrews has 4.
Creighton has pulled away from Illinois State. 61-50, 2.5 to go in Omaha. Missouri State comfortably ahead of Evansville in Evansville, 43-27, 17 minutes to go. Northern Iowa at Wichita State. The Shockers lead that one, 22-17, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Road wins will be a premium this year in the league. Southern has already won on the road tonight in Terre Haute. Bradley trying to get one against a team picked 7th in the preseason polls in the Missouri Valley Conference.
After conferring, the officials say it's 2 shots. And it's in and out for Al Stewart.
That's because the technical put the Braves in the double bonus. We got two fouls for the price of one there on Andrews.
Spins, shoots, and scores. And it's the first lead of the game for the Bulldogs. The Braves showed great courage Monday night. Wright scores. Count it. What is this, the count it charge call?
That's what we saw the other night from David Hall. But you're not supposed to call it like that anymore. David Hall kind of tried to redeem himself by saying the foul was after Tony Bennett's make on the baseline. So right now, that's supposed to be either a charge or a block. And Lawrence Wright is fouled out with that move as well.
A costly bucket, yes. Lawrence Wright fouls out with 9 points, snapping his string of 9 straight games in double figures, and it sends Jonathan Cox to the line, where he's 2 of 2 tonight.
I've got Wright for 11 points.
You are correct. Cox has 13, and the walk-on makes it 62-61 Drake. Eerily similar to last year, and you said there were other similarities too, Joe.
Well, right. This was Bradley's 12th game of the year, and it was the 12th game last year when Bradley came here with even better record, lost, and then the season started going downhill.
Shot clock at 10. Somerville. Pull up. Blocked by Cox and foul.
Right now, every call that's being made, the team on the opposite end is reacting.
Somerville will go to the line.
Nice play here. Getting a shot. Marcellus taking it to the hole, and that's how you get to the line. By creating, putting the ball on the floor and getting to the basket.
And he makes the first. 8 points for Somerville. He ties the game at 62. 27th on Bradley's all-time scoring list, and he makes the second. 9 points for Somerville. Bradley back up 1. 63-62 with 4:48 remaining. Braves need to D it up here. And then Bennett comes up with a steal, right on cue. Takes it in, spins, lays it up, no good. Takes it away and fouls. That's his third.
That's a shame. Good steal, good team defense that time. He just didn't know what to do with it when he was going to get down there. Here's the spin, a little out of control, right at the end.
Al Stewart did a great job of staying between him and the basket on defense, and that Tony wasn't quite sure what to do with it. He fouls Cox to compound the problem, and Jonathan Cox goes to the line where he's 4 of 4.
Drake living at the line in the past 10 minutes.
They have an 18-13 edge in makes, now 19-13. When you consider it's a road game, Bradley's got 17 attempts and Drake has 22, so it's not that out of kilter, really.
No, but that's where they're scoring from. They haven't made a field goal in a while.
64-63. Somerville foul.
That'll put Bradley in the bonus.
It's 2 on Stewart. Somerville goes to the line. He will tie Sam Simmons with a make here on the all-time list. Somerville now in double figures with 10 points. 5 of those at the line.
Jonathan Cox with a 15 points tonight, career high. It always seems Drake will have a 1 or 2 walk-ons just kill the Braves. Tonight it's his turn.
Somerville now 26th on Bradley's all-time scoring list as he passes Sam Simmons. Eddie Jackson is up next in his sights as we approach the 4-minute mark. Bradley playing a little zone here.
1-3-1.
Cox gets it a little bit further out on the block that time, although he can shoot it from outside as well. Shot clock at 7. Baseline jumper for Calvin is good. Just his first bucket of the night. 66-65 Drake. 3:33 left. Ruffin turns it over. And now the Bulldogs almost turn it over, but Stewart controls.
Braves go back to man-to-man.
Crowd getting into it here as we approach the 3-minute mark. Almost a carry that time. Calvin tries to draw a foul on O'Brien, but he grabs the rebound. That's 7 rebounds for O'Brien, only 4 points for the 7-footer. Bradley calls timeout with 2:50 left.
Well, they've got him the call. That was just their second of the game. They've got 3 left. Drake is out of them and has been out for a while.
We mentioned earlier, you talk about them living at the line. Coming into this ball game, Drake had made 229 free throws. Their opponents had only attempted 240. So that's big weapon in Tom Davis's arsenal.
Absolutely, especially when you have a slew of players that can make them. I mean, they're 70% plus on the season. Only Keita really is a bricklayer there at the line. Everyone else shoots it with confidence. Both teams now in the bonus. Bradley in the 1-and-1, Drake in the 2-shot bonus. Bradley trying to draw up a play here to either get to the line or get a good shot from someone in their front court. Somerville will trigger.
This game may come down to who has the ball last. Braves led by 9 in the first half. But the Bulldogs have refused to go away.
Somebody on the wing is going to take a shot here. That's where Drake is sagging the most.
Somerville long 3 with the shot clock at 40, buries it. Marcellus Somerville with a big bucket for Bradley. He's got 14, and the Braves take a 2-point lead with 2:17 left. And that was about an NBA 3. That was very close to it anyway. Bryant tries to answer, can't. Long rebound to the Bulldogs.
Off the backboard, that shot went. The Braves will have to play defense again, staying with the man-to-man.
Oh, a late whistle goes against O'Brien. That was a late whistle, and it fouls out Patrick O'Brien.
Well, up until tonight, in the first 3 games for O'Brien since he's returned, he had played 96 minutes with just 11 fouls. He had 4, 3, and 3. Had played very well, and it was a kind of play like that where he wasn't getting fouls called on, a little ticky-tack.
We're tied as we go to break with 1:55 left.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten? Maybe it's time you end your relationship with that old, worn-out mattress. At the Mattress Doctor, we're celebrating our New Year's 2 years no-interest sale going on now with all Sealy Posturepedic and Stearns & Foster luxury sleep sets. Take advantage of this 9 days only offer and hurry in. Sealy and the Mattress Doctor, your prescription for a good night's sleep.
The Mattress Doctor, delivering dreams to you.
Hurry in. At the beginning of your day, or in the middle of your day, even at the end of your day, you may not have time to think about your bank, but you do need your bank to be thinking about you. At Heritage Bank, every day we're designing solutions for your family, your business, your future.
Heritage Heritage Bank, believing in the American spirit.
It's the extreme sale all weekend long here at the Bloomington Sale Barn. Dan, this is the place to be.
It really is, Randy. We've got every make and model, import and domestic, thousands of dollars of savings on every vehicle we sell. But the real story is the fact that we've taken the risk out of buying a car this weekend because every vehicle has warranty protection through 100,000 miles.
Now, are you talking new and used?
Everything.
Wow, that is unbelievable. An incredible deal, so you don't have to worry about the weather. Come out this weekend to the Bloomington Sale Barn.
Arrests in a year-old murder case. That story tonight.
The Braves in a precarious situation here with 1:55 left, tied at 68 with Drake. Patrick O'Brien fouls out with just 4 points. Just moments after Marcellus Somerville hit a long three to give Bradley a lead.
Lawrence Wright has fouled out with 11 points. The Braves 23 fouls on the night. And they didn't get their first one whistled on them until well after the 5-minute mark playing in the first half. So by my numbers, crudely, 24 fouls in the last 33 minutes. And they're in a world of hurt because Zach Andrews is still on the floor with 4. Couple that with 18 turnovers.
And the officials conferring on the other side. Not sure why. Stewart looking to complete the 3-point play that fouled out O'Brien and give the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. Bradley just 3 for their last 11 from the floor.
Tony Bennett just 2 points in this half. After 21 in the first half.
69-68, home team. O'Brien and Wright are both out. Who will step up for Bradley? Shot clock at 15. Ruffin in the lane, little floater is good. Nice screen that time by Zach Andrews to free him up.
His first basket of the game, Lee.
Well, he's the one that hit the first 3 of the game at Wichita with the buzzer going off. He comes up with a big bucket there. Braves back up 1. We mentioned it may come down to who has the ball last. 13 on the shot clock. Bulldogs look a little out of kilter here. Drive and a bailout. Foul on Adams. Nick Grant drives to the hoop, and that's the thing that's going to frustrate players and coaches, Joe, is when a game is called one way for the first 10 minutes of the game, and then it's called touchy-touchy the rest of the way.
Exactly. You get used to how it's going to be called and what you can get away with, and then everything changes. Danny Adams played excellent defense there on that drive. He shifted his feet. He stayed between he and his man in the basket and still got called. That's 24 fouls now on Bradley. None on Somerville.
Grant makes them both. We're back to a 1-point Drake lead. Ruffin breaks the pressure with 50 seconds to play. 18-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. Bradley down 1. Drake's out of timeouts. Bradley has plenty. Somerville puts it on the floor. Passes out of the double team. Inside to Andrews. He's fouled before he goes up. And he will go to the line.
Good entry pass that time, but and a good foul by the Bulldogs. Watch this as they get around.
The foul came before that.
Right. This will be 1-1.
Zach missed his 2 opportunities at the free throw line tonight. Biggest free throws of his career for the 6'8 junior out of Sacramento. Missed it. Somerville tips. Andrews gets it back. Shot clock is off.
No timeout for the Braves here. Going to go right at it.
Somerville, fake, pull up, jumper, no good. Rebound Bennett, but he pushed. Foul is on Bennett, and it'll be 2 free throws for the Bulldogs, who lead it by 1. 18.3 to play.
There's a shot by Marcellus, squared up nicely, didn't get the roll. There's a foul on Bennett, that was obvious. There's the shot by the player that you want to take the shot to come from.
Stewart, 2 of 3 at the line tonight, 74% free thrower. 2-time All-Public League player out of Manley Academy in Chicago. Makes the first. Bradley would need a 3 to tie if he makes this one.
There'll be a timeout before that.
Ruffin brings it up quickly. Andrews, no timeout. Doesn't get it. Two doesn't do you any good.
I was sure there was going to be a timeout after those 2 free throws.
Well, a 2-point basket at that point doesn't really do you any good.
Absolutely not.
Then you have to foul and send him to the free throw line.
I'm surprised that Drake contested. Now, Jeremy Crouch is off the bench now. That may be moot. Well, I'm sorry, Bennett, he's got to come in. Someone's got to come in. Bennett fouled out. Bradley has 3 timeouts left.
And you don't want to carry them over to the next one.
No, you don't allow. You're not allowed.
Stewart makes it a 2-possession game with 5.7 seconds to play.
Drake looks like they're going to break their 2-game losing streak. And Bradley will head to Southern, of all places, to try to break a 12-game Valley losing streak over 3 years.
Ruffin, 3 is good with 1 second left.
Yep, timeout now.
They needed that 3 about 15 seconds ago.
Right.
Well, different coaches will play it different ways. And there would have been time left had he made that layup, but when you're down 3 and time running out, you can't count on those kind of things.
No, and if there's any doubt, I think you got to talk it over. I mean, there's going to be second guessing from here till Sunday, but obviously with 3 timeouts remaining and 2 minutes counting down, tough possessions, important possessions, there was no talking about it. And Bradley went down with 3 points down and shot a layup with under 10 seconds to go.
All the Bulldogs have to do here is inbounds, and it's over. Braves need they need that. But they needed a bucket too. 75-73 the final. Bradley led most of this ball game, Joe, but not when it counted.
Yeah, they led the first 20, 30, maybe 35 minutes.
Be back to wrap things up after this. 75-73 the final.
Abundance has so many choices, we can only name a few. Spaghetti, ravioli, tortellini, chicken parmesan, fettuccine, and lasagna, tasty pizza, and the list goes on. The gondola, what a sandwich, what a deal. Appetizer, super salad, and we even have kids' meals. So many choices, we leave it up to you. You can dine in or carry out. Abundance has delivery too. Abundance has so many choices, it's great Italian food.
We are back in Des Moines at the Knapp Center, 75-73. Drake comes back and beats the Braves. Boy, this is just almost a carbon copy of last year.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about in the hotel before coming over here, Bradley's 12th game of the year in both 2 seasons in a row, coming in here with a good record, coming in here with a 201 Valley record, almost the same RPI, and getting a big lead, letting it slip away, and then, poof, the game is over, and Drake is a winner.
And you could sense that folks were getting excited and thinking, hey, Bradley beats Creighton at home. This is going to be...
beat Northern Iowa at home,
right.
Played Wichita State to overtime, could have won that game, and coming in here against a team that had been struggling, lost 3 home games already, went 2 games this year without hitting a 3-point shot. This was ripe for the taking, and it wasn't taken.
Instead, it's another road loss in the Valley for Bradley. Now 12 straight, their longest in over 10 years, and they'll try and snap it on Sunday at Southern Illinois. Our next telecast coming up in a little over 2 weeks here on WEEK. Heritage Bank player of the game is Tony Bennett. Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. Next game, January 21st, Saturday night, Indiana State at Carver Arena. Stay tuned for ER, already in progress. For Joe D'Alfonso and our crew, so long for Des Moines.